LCS news just came out. Wait, link me. What's the LCS news? Wait, before I get into games. Whoa. Did something happen? What did I miss? It's very spicy right now? Whoa, okay, what? I know it's been spicy the last week. What happened? Someone said there's news right now, like came out right this second. And I'm like, what did I miss, boys? What did I miss? Whoa. Update on the 2023 summer season. Oh, here we go. All right, so for those of you who don't know anything about League of Legends, you don't need to know anything. Here's what's going down. Basically, the players walked out of LCS because the team owners in LCS and Riot combined essentially decided to kill off the tier 2 League of Legends scene in North America, right? And a lot of those players in LCS come from the tier 2 scene. So they got rid of academy teams. If you remember back in Overwatch, they got rid of academy teams many years ago. League of Legends is a much healthier scene, but they also get hit by esports. They are killing off the academy teams, which hurts the overall long-term pipeline of the system, right? Because if you don't have methods for people to slowly get better and be able to support themselves while trying to go pro, then you're just cutting your game at its knees, right? Because they are the long-term storyline builders. They're what gives you more talent over the long run, right? So anyway, Mr. Golder, you still have some academy teams contenders. I'm aware, but it's no longer a requirement. And so anyway, apparently there was some drama around this where like the players were told over and over, and the Players Association were told over and over that they would not be getting rid of academy teams. And then they gave the LCS Players Association a call 15 minutes before their post saying, yeah, we're just killing all of it. It's all gone now. And so the players got really pissed and said, okay, we're not playing in LCS. And they have refused to play for the last few days, and the season is about to start. And they're like, yeah, we're not doing this. We're walking. And then there was some back and forth going on at the time where the players then said, okay, we're walking out. We're not going to play. And then Riot went to the teams and said, okay, we will remove the roster lock so you guys can just sign all new players. And then we'll also get rid of the rank requirement so they don't have to be diamond. So now your staff can play. And so they were going hard, dude. Shit was going hard back and forth. And now this blog post just came out. So I'm actually a little bit interested, not because I care about LCS. I find the labor rights surrounding esports players very interesting, given my own personal experience in Overwatch. Okay. And so I find this stuff very, very interesting. And I don't know what this is. So first of all, we support players, support teams we believe more than ever in the LCS. So Riot trying to play damage control right now to probably one of the last remaining. Do they even have any sponsors in LCS? Just be like, okay, guys, please don't. Just be like, oh no, please don't leave. Why is Dark Reader not working on this site? I have Dark Reader on, but it doesn't work. It literally does not work on this website, chat. I'm sorry. They have some pretty big sponsors. Yeah. Okay, let me get into this. I want to see. LCS has always been a flagship league for League Esports, care deeply. You know, everyone in the ecosystem. Okay, so this is them just, okay, typical PR bullshit. Give me the juice. Need a league that supports the pinnacle. Okay, supports a thriving ecosystem. There's been talk about the current state of esports, including esports' long-term future. Over the last few months, been more focused than ever, meeting the team's needs for economic sustainability. Yes, the billionaire team owners who got investments and then walked in and said, yo, guys, maybe we should sign these players for millions of dollars, and they fucked around with VC money for the last decade. Not decade, 5 years. You know, let's, perhaps they, in fact, were wasting stupid amounts of money. Yeah, I know. We also know that sustainability cannot come at the expense of having a robust, thriving development pipeline to bring fresh, homegrown new blood into the league. Oh, really? We're excited about what we see in amateur and collegiate scenes. Need to do more. Also believe in tier 2 development. All this stuff, like, this is all specific. What are you going to do? Transitioning from the ineffective academy system to the new NACL model will be helped by this funding. Okay, whoa. To help the North American scene through this transition, we've decided to give our NACL partner Rally Cry an additional $300K in order to jumpstart 2023 NACL season next week. In addition to rev share to NACL teams, also be working with. Okay, we are now delaying the LCS season by 2 weeks. Oh shit, because of the walkout and the LCSPA. Nothing but putting the best players in North America on stage at Riot is acceptable, so we informed the Player Association leadership that we will delay the LCS season for 2 weeks. Hopefully will give us time for productive dialogue between the player association, teams, and the league and resume LCS this summer. Man, it's almost like when you guys unilaterally went over players' heads and just canceled everything. Fuck around and find out. Feel some good shit. Delaying beyond this 2-week window will make it nearly impossible to run the competition. In that case, we are prepared to cancel the entire LCS. Carrying this forward, if this LCS season is canceled, this will also eliminate LCS teams qualifying for Worlds. This is not an outcome we would want, but the reality of ensuring that we run a fair, competitive system. Ooh, dude, I'm telling you guys, this is getting fucking spicy. So they basically said, we will delay LCS by 2 weeks. If we go more than 2 weeks, we are canceling the season. They are literally saying we are going to... Dude, they are really going hard at the Players Association. They are literally giving them a 2-week limit. They're like, if you can't figure this shit out in 2 weeks with what we can do and what you're happy with, then we are fucking killing this. They have 2 weeks to get it done. Yeah, that's crazy. They've made several requests. Here's how we have addressed them. 5 demands from the Player Association. Institute Valorant-style promotion relegation. Expanding the league in order to implement a Valorant-style visitor slot system would run counter to our existing partnerships who pay $10 million per slot. Yeah, they can't do it. They're already locked in. Franchise, by the way. It would dilute LCS teams' equity and put a considerable downward pressure on the amount of revenue that we share with teams, aka share of more teams, so it makes less revenue to everybody. More teams dilute the revenues. We share 50% with our teams. Given the challenging macroeconomic climate, expanding the league is not a good idea. Okay, can't do anything franchising. Makes sense. Accurate. Riot guarantees LCS minimums for the following year for 5 players who win NACL Summer Finals. Guaranteed LCS contracts for winners are not a necessary component of a healthy developmental league. LCS teams are in the best position to decide who should get a shot. We will continue to discuss initiatives to connect LCS and NACL. This is basically saying whoever wins Tier 2 should get guaranteed minimum contracts. Players should rise to LCS based on merit, potential, and team fit rather than an artificially forced mechanism. Our focus will be finding players to increase the flexibility and mobility of movement rather than forcing it. I don't think they're saying forcing it. I think they're saying to give them a guarantee. Isn't that basically... Isn't this just saying to give them like insane prize pool for winning? That's effectively the same thing, right? Institute a 3-5 continuity rule. Provide players on released rosters first priority maintaining their slots in the upcoming if they continue to compete. Teams provide greater continuity. We will continue with our policy of slot ownership residing with orgs rather than players. Oh my god, dude. So wait, is Riot specifically giving them nothing so far? Riot is giving them nothing, right? Riot commit to a revenue pool for player salaries of $300K per NACL team per season per year. This sounds like a lot of money, but considering the amount of people is actually not that much money. I think it'd be like basically there would probably be at least 6 to 7 people involved, right? For $300K, something like that. This ask is for multiple millions in subsidies for the NACL. That simply is not sustainable, and to be brutally honest, it shouldn't be necessary. We have other tier 2 leagues around the world which thrive on their own, and we believe the NACL can get there too. What we will do is help the North American scene through this transition. So as I mentioned above, we will be investing in a bridge period by providing a special one-time payment of $300K to the NACL's tournament operator to support teams during the transition and new structure. So they don't want to do anything. Not sustainable. They're going to argue it's not sustainable because tier 2 doesn't make money, which is true. But the Players Association is going to argue that you should subsidize your tier 2 scenes even if it's not profitable, simply because giving people the opportunity to make money playing your game in tier 2 and giving them a direct pipeline to tier 1 gives you more talent in the long run. So instead of doing $300K per team, they're doing $300K to the tournament organizer for everyone. Well, what does everyone mean in this case? They're putting the responsibility on the tournament organizer as well. That what does the tournament organizer have to do exactly? Allow LCS orgs to partner with affiliates for cost sharing. We allow affiliate relationships to exist moving forward together. Okay, so basically they've done nothing. They gave $300K to the organizer of Tier 2 League of Legends, and they said, hey, we know we just said and unilaterally basically kicked 100 of you out of your jobs overnight, and we lied to the Players Association repeatedly, but we're not going to do anything you say. We're going to give you all $300,000 for 100 people. And you have 2 weeks to accept this, or else we cancel the LCS. Right? Am I crazy? That's the GGLCS. The 300K is chump change for Riot too. Well, yeah, Riot makes insane amounts of money. And you also have to remember the players in this circumstance, and I guarantee you Riot's thinking about this. A lot of the orgs that are involved in League of Legends are also the orgs that are involved in Valorant. And the Valorant orgs and that side of them is way more successful top to bottom than League of Legends. League of Legends in North America isn't popular anymore. These players don't have leverage. So Riot is literally saying, if you guys want jobs, fucking play, or otherwise we're going to cancel the whole thing because we don't care about you anymore. That's fucking insane. That's brutal. That's what it kind of sounds like. Welcome to reality. Dude, reality, I mean, the reality is, and I don't think Riot fully understands the game they're playing, because you guys can say, oh, that's reality, these players should get used to it. That's fine. Valorant is a North American league. Let me put it this way. League of Legends players in North America aren't very popular. Valorant players in North America are very popular. What do you think Valorant players are going to do when they see Riot treat League of Legends players like this? What do you think those players are going to do? Those players are probably going to turn around and immediately start fucking creating players associations, and because they know they have leverage, and they probably are going to make their life 100 times more annoying in Valorant off this. That's what I would do. If I was a player in Valorant right now, I would look at how Riot treats them and I go, these guys are insane. We need to get our shit together now while we have leverage. That's what I would do in Valorant. Those kids are like 19. Valorant kids are young, but they have a ton of support around them. The scenes in Valorant are much more mature. Like the supporting elements around games like Valorant in the modern era are much more mature than they were in 2016. So they are not, like, those players may be young. It's not the players though. It's the supporting staff around them. They're managers, they're coaches, they're agents, right? You don't have to be a genius. It's not exactly a genius thing to be a Valorant player in this situation. Look at how they're getting treated in an ALCS and go, oh shit, Riot is willing to do this? We need to be careful. You want to know why? Because in Overwatch League, if you guys remember back in the day, do you guys remember how they canceled Heroes of the Storm League? In Heroes of the Storm, they lied to players around Christmas and they said, hey guys, move out here. We're going to start the league next year at December, did all this stuff, right? And then Christmas comes and they go, hey guys, league's canceled. People had already moved, taken leases and did all that stuff out there, right? That's how they treated the HOTS players back in the day. And so keep in mind that if that's how Blizzard treats their players back in the day for when they don't care about you, right? Keep in mind that if you start to lose leverage, and now just remember, it's all business. They don't give a fuck about you at all, right? They are reminding people of the business. And I think that will have very long-term, very interesting effects in the Valorant scene. To use their leverage while they have it, while Valorant is still really popular, right? Valorant in NA is very popular, but League of Legends is not. League of Legends has gone completely downhill in the last 6 years. So we'll see. I find this very interesting, and that's why I follow all this stuff, by the way, because esports and the labor stuff surrounding esports, super interesting to me as a former player, especially given my experiences of the illegal labor practices by the Overwatch League. So whether those Overwatch League experiences you talk about, they're all public. The Department of Justice investigated and fined the Overwatch League for implementing illegal salary caps. Like, that's a thing. That's already public. That all happened, chat. We want your opinion, corporate. Yeah. So, you know, I keep this stuff in mind now when I see this stuff. League casters are also kind of in a rough spot due to their contracts not getting favorable wages due to Riot's monopoly, so hard to negotiate. So is that fine paid out to players? What, players? I don't think players are getting shit out of that fine. I think it's just a fine, a slap on the wrist for Blizzard, nothing happened. They lost more money than they would have gained, but I don't think players got anything. That's what I assume will happen. Anyway, I am going to follow that league stuff super closely just because I find it very, very interesting. I am going to be right back, grab some more water, and surely the LCS will start in 2 weeks.